What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to touch on a topic that I've already talked about before in a previous video. If you want to check that video out, I'll have the link in the description. And also, my previous video that I tried to upload, my E3 prediction for Joe Montana, was blocked by YouTube, but I will have a link in the description if you want to go download it. It's very small. It's like 3 minutes long, from Dropbox if you want to view it. But in this video, like I said, I'm going to talk about something that I think is very important for the future, not just for football and sports gaming or whatever, but for the future of gaming in general. Because, you know, when you have something like this, when you have the ability to influence how a game is made and what changes are being considered, that's a huge advantage. I mean, it's like being with the developers and saying, hey, I don't like this. Can you change it? Can we have this? Can you make this? It's really cool to be part of the process. You feel like you're part of the process. And whatever your feedback is, it's being considered and being put into the game. I've already talked about this in my depth video, which, like I said, I'll have it in the description. And it's happened for other games too, Broforce. I mean, this stuff, early access games, on Steam, very, very cool to take part of the process, like I said. But let's get to this main topic here. Axis Football 2015 is, I think, this company's third attempt at this game. They've been trying to improve it over the years and stuff, but it's got a long way to go, obviously, and it's not going to be any kind of contender in any way, shape, or form. I understand that. And people are already dissing it, saying, oh, this is a piece of shit. Okay, whatever. But that's not the point. Here's the point I'm trying to make here, and I said this in Virtual Footballers, after the discussion was over, we talked about this. Somebody was dissing the game, and I said, you know what? It's not about the game being good or anything. It's about trying to encourage anybody that's trying to make another football game on Steam or anywhere. If somebody is going to attempt to make another football game, why fucking diss them right out of the gates and say it's a piece of shit when it's not even being finished yet? I mean, that kind of irritates me when people just diss it and say it's nowhere going to be. If we don't give developers a chance, then why the hell would they even consider trying to make another one if they're just going to be dissed right off the bat and no chance whatsoever? And that's what I'm going to talk to you about in this video. So, Axis Football. I saw the trailer and I was not impressed, but I was compelled to talk to the devs. I said, hey, this game, if it was made mod friendly, we could do the NFL teams and college teams. I let them know that, and they said, oh, great, that's a great idea. We'll make sure we keep that in mind. I mean, that's awesome that these devs would actually just say it. Consider what I said. It goes further. I went on Twitter and I saw somebody say, why the hell are they holding the ball like a briefcase? And that's true. I mean, the running animations were god awful. And so I went to the forums and I said, hey, look, man, this game, the way it's animated with these running animations, is not going to fly with a vast majority of gamers. And what do? They come out with an update saying, hey, we're going to fix that. This game has not been released yet, guys. And even when it does get released, it's still going to get things added to it. Hell, Killing Floor had things added to it up until last year, December. And the game was released in 2009. That's the beauty of having things on Steam and on the PC, is the interaction with the devs and, the potential to have updates and new things come into the game is very appealing to me. I don't know how it is for you guys, but I think it's just absolutely amazing that you can actually request something and then see it in the game later. I mean, to me, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I've seen it in majority of early access games that I've taken part of. Actually, all of the early access games that I've been a part of, the devs have actually done something that I have requested. Either if it's something very small, they have changed it and considered and then responded to me and said, yeah, okay, we changed it. It took us a long time. In Broforce, I told them to change the gun model for Indiana Jones because it was a flare gun. It took them like 6 months, but they finally changed it, and they apologized that it took so long. But that's just the thing, guys. If this could be the future of gaming, if we can get Joe Montana 16 on Steam, and we can have constant interaction with the devs, and if we can see We are the ultimate beta testers or whatever, game testers, whatever you want to call it. We, as the community, are the ultimate testers because we play the game more, and we're going to find things that we don't like. So we can say, hey, we don't like this. We don't like the way this is happening here in this game. Can you change it in the next update or whatever? And the thing about updates on the consoles, guys, unless it's from Microsoft, I think they got to pay like $40,000 just to get it through Microsoft. But here's the thing. If Joe Montana is actually, Microsoft property in a sense, they ain't got to pay for their own damn patches. It's their product, right? At least I'm just thinking here. I don't know how this stuff works, but just thinking logically, you would think, you're not going through Microsoft to get a patch. You are Microsoft. You're part of this property here. You're endorsing it. So I think a lot of potential for more patches, more improvements on the PC anyway. I'm not sure how the consoles is going to work, but if it is a Microsoft property, I don't see why it wouldn't be any different. But the interaction with the devs is a key. I think of a game like Axis Football is kind of like a canvas. And, the modding community is the artist. And they're going to take that canvas, what's already been built on, and they're going to take it and they're going to put things that they want to see in the game. Maybe there's no cheerleaders. Well, maybe the mods can add cheerleaders. Of course, no NFL license. We can add the logos and uniforms. I mean, the things that modders can do is insane. I mean, they have made some insane mods throughout the years. I mean, just go to Skyrim and look at the shit that they've done on that game. Jeros can attest to this as he's a modder himself. The potential to take any kind of game on the PC and transform it and mold it into what you want to see is there. The potential is there. And that's why, anytime a game gets on PC that I'm interested in, I want to know if it's moddable. I want to say, can we mod this? Is it going to be easy? And here I've already talked to the devs, and they've said we're going to make it moddable, or they're going to consider it. Again, this is why, I think Joe Montana 16 is such an important title. Not only that it's competing against Madden, the first big contender in over 10 years, but the potential it has. When it's on PC, of course we're not talking about consoles here, but if it's on PC, the potential is just, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. We can mold this game. We can make it the way we want to. I mean, it will be embraced by the modding community. I can guarantee you that. And since we have had, a direct line with Damon and everything, he knows that we want to mod this game. Even if it is NFL license, maybe we want to put college teams in there. That's something you can't get with EA right now or anyone. So I'm just saying, we should support any game on the PC. A football game, we're going to talk about football here, keep talking about football. If any football game gets on PC, we need to encourage its development. We need to give our feedback. I encourage you guys to go to these forums and talk to the devs. Say, ask them questions. Say, we want this. We don't want this. We don't want this. It's been in Madden for years. Can you do something different? Can you do this? I mean, it's your voice. You got to use it. I mean, I think the devs that listen to the fan base is a treasure. They're treasures. I mean, just look at this guy. He says, it's a shame that this game didn't have multiplayer, or I would have bought it. The dev comes back and says, you know what? We heard your voice. We're going to make it, first we're going to do local local multiplayer first. But then after it's released, we're going to add online multiplayer because we know you guys want it. But we can't get it out before July 15th, the release date. But you see, they listened to this guy. They said, you know what? We're going to we know this guy, wants this. We're going to put it in the game. We want to build on it. Maybe these guys don't really know what we want. We got to let them know. And again, it's your voice. Let them know. I encourage you guys. Again, go to these forums, whatever that is. If it's Joe Montana, if it's hopefully Madden in the future, and Axis Football here, you got to talk to them and say we do or do not like something. That's just my opinion, guys. And I've mentioned this before in my previous video, the depth video. If Madden, if EA, had this kind of interaction, with the community on the forums and said, okay, we'll consider that motion shift. We'll try to fix it, or we'll do what we can. At least acknowledge that you're trying to do something. I mean, Clint Oldenburg on Twitter, that's it. admirable of him to even talk to people on Twitter about anything. But here's what we need. We need to have the forums. We need to have the interaction with the devs. And I do remember, and I said this again in my depth video, I'll have that link down, be sure to check it out. Ryan Moody said that we are going to get forums on Joe Montana pretty soon or whatever, but it still hasn't happened. But I'm hoping that it comes to Steam, because the Steam devs, you know, the way you can interact with everybody, it's just so easy and convenient, and it's positive. It's positive for us, it's positive for the developers. I mean, it's just nothing but win-win-win. I mean, this is the future to me, guys. This is where it needs to go, where we, as the consumer, as the community, we are the ones buying the product. We are the ones that can see the flaws. We're the ones that can voice our opinion. We can voice it without all this red tape. We can say, we don't like this running animation. Please change it. It's already happened. On this, and on just this little indie project here. Imagine Joe Montana. I mean, I'm sure it's going to have issues. But if we can get this kind of interaction right here, guys, the future's bright, and I have nothing but good things to look forward to. And I hope you guys do the same. All right, guys, that's it. Looking forward to E3. I'll see you guys next time.